I'm very much heavily considering getting a Southwest credit card to get all the points from Southwest Airlines.
Why do you prefer to fly? Why don't you just take the Caltrain?
The Caltrain doesn't go there, but you mean the Amtrak train. The reason
Amtrak.
I don't take the Amtrak train is because it takes 11 fucking hours.
Oh my god, what?
Yes, it takes 11 hours. So I fly because it takes 1 hour.
It's faster to drive down than
Yes, that's correct.
That's the American train infrastructure for you right there in a nutshell.
Well, most of the reason for that is that Amtrak doesn't own any of the tracks. So
Who owns it? What?
all the tracks are owned by freight railways. Why am I not the main screen?
They're privatized. Sorry. No, keep going.
So yeah, they're private railways. So the freight rail companies own the tracks, and so they don't care to get people there in like an hour. That doesn't matter to them.
That is messed up.
People don't need their goods within like 11 hours.
I need that Amazon package right now. 48
yeah, exactly.
hours.
Like, you don't need it now. You know, you can wait for like, you know, whatever crap you ordered on Amazon to the house. You know, but people can't really wait that long. At least not anymore, because sleeper train services have become far less popular with people.
Yeah.
So they don't upgrade the tracks because they don't care about the speed. And so then Amtrak has to go slow because the tracks are bad, and because the signaling's bad, and because it's like... And it's maybe not necessarily that the tracks are bad, but that they're laid out in a really bad way. Like, there's this one really cool spot, because it looks cool, where the train like is very like curved, right? And you can see the other, like the half of the train. If you look out the left side of the train, you can see the front of the train from the back. It's really cool. But when you go around a turn like that, the train has to slow down a lot. Otherwise it would derail. So they have to go slow. So that slows down journeys. When you have twisty rails, that makes really, really slow travel. And so the railroads are all really twisty. But the thing is, when you're building a railway, it's cheaper to build them twisty, because the reason you're building them twisty is to follow the contours of the land. Because what's really expensive is cutting land away and removing it and like making a flat straight line, which is essentially what you want for like high-speed rail. If you want to have high-speed rail, you need a flat straight line, right? That's what the Japanese do. I'm almost certain, with the amount of tunnels and bridges that the Shinkansen travels on, that like they definitely, it's level, like it's flat. Like, I bet you could walk from one end of Japan's railway to the other and you'd be at the exact same height. I wouldn't be surprised, because it's Japan and they're the kings of high-speed rail, or the emperors, I should say.
Yeah, when you go on the railway in Japan, you're cutting through tunnels. You're cutting through, you could cut through a building in Tokyo.
Yeah, but that's a metro train. That's not a high-speed rail.
Yeah, I don't recall a lot of turns, so they go really fast.
Well, it's all straight lines, pretty much. I mean, obviously, it turns a little, but it turns like really, really, really shallow curves. So you barely notice by the time that you actually did turn. Because obviously Japan isn't laid out in a straight line. So you have to turn at some point, but they just do it over a longer distance. And so you can go faster through the curves. The wider the curve is, like the longer it is, the faster you can go through it on a train.
Say that one more time.
The longer the curve is, right? So if it's like almost straight, right?
Oh, okay.
Then you can go through it a lot faster than if it's like really curvy, right? If it's like a super curvy boy, you have to go slow.
Gotcha.
That's why, like, in general, people like to go fast on trains. Like if it's a subway, you know, you want to get around town quickly, right? No matter what train you're on, you always want to go fast. So tracks for like metro trains really shouldn't have sharp turns. A lot of times they often do, and that ends up limiting the speed that the subway can go, which is not ideal.
How much is a ticket from San Jose to LA?
Depends on what class are you traveling.
The class you go in.
A business class.
You go in business?
Uh-huh. It's usually like $87.
Business is 87?
Yeah, one way it's an easy $87.